This video is going to be about how to use the Cobra Defense Bully Action Plan. If you want to follow along, you guys can take that document out or open it up on your desktop and scroll through. This is how to teach it, the basics, the nuts and bolts, and how to formulate the curriculum. First of all, we want to be very specific of our two audiences, children and adults. Both can attend these groups and the training sessions, but you got to qualify with the age of the children. A 6 or a 7-year-old may not understand the word communicate. So when you're talking to children and you say, well, communicate to a parent, or you should advise your parent, be considerate of their age and speak to their age. Sometimes the best way to do this is just ask. Guys, do we know what communicate means? No? Okay, it means to tell an adult. So you definitely want to work on how we speak to the children and qualify that while we're teaching. And clearly, if there's adults in the room, you speak to them as adults, and they will get it and convey that message. The most important aspect to understand is that the parent is the root, and the child is the product of that root. So you want the parent involved as much as possible. If they can't attend these events, then what we need to do is definitely get them the manual, the instruction, review everything that you've gone over, and keep them as close in proximity to the teaching and the fundamentals of this program as possible. So I have it pulled up on my desktop right now. What we're going to do is go over the phases in which you teach. The 3 phases. Phase 1, your proactive strategies. Your proactive strategies are all the things that you're doing to not put yourself in that situation. So proaction is invisible. We say proactivity is invisible because you don't know what you prevented because it never happened. You know, walking with your head up, not being on your cell phone, you weren't the victim of a crime because you were paying attention at that point. Since it never happened, you didn't see it. But we take proactive strategies to prevent almost any type of bullying, but you can't prevent it all. And that's where that word comes in. We talk about marketing the program. Bully proofing it's a catchphrase that has caught on in the self-defense and martial art industry, which makes no sense at all. You can't bully proof anyone. You can't even make a watch waterproof. It says water resistant. Your bulletproof vest isn't bulletproof, it's bullet resistant. What we're trying to do is be proactive and then have a strategy and a plan of action if something happens. So, teaching your market first and foremost, you can't bully proof anyone. So if you're talking to parents and they're saying, no, I went to a place, they went to a bully proof school, ask them where they're going to be, when your child's in school in 6th period and somebody starts picking on your child. How are you going to show up there and stop it? You're not. Now you've done everything that you possibly can to avoid it, but now it's here and you have to, what's your plan of action? So it's just a catchphrase for marketing and it doesn't make any sense at all. So this is why we call it a bully action plan. Your 3 phases, proactive strategies, page 21 to 79 in your manual. Your bully manual, it's one of the thickest ones we have in the entire Cobra program. It's very extensive. It's over 250 pages, has evidence log sheets, how to deal with cyberbullying, all your proactive steps all the way to your action steps. So proactive strategies, we teach that in a section. Then we go on to action steps, pages 85 to 115. Then we go into the child-safe self-defense and anti-abduction techniques, page 121 to 167. And then we go into the real-life scenarios. We lay out scenarios. That's in your testing phase with the bully action plan. And you teach in this type of format. You actually discuss the scenario out loud and have your students and audience come up with solutions so you can see what they're currently thinking and take appropriate action and steer them in the right direction if they are incorrect. So that's number 4 on your how to use the Cobra Bully Action Plan. We went over number 1. And then here's how the numerous ways that we can teach this program. Parent to child. Parent to child should be done in sessions 30 to 60 minutes for maximum effectiveness. You lose a child, age 5 to 11 or 12. Once you pass that hour, everything you're doing just goes over their head. So small sessions, starting with the proactivity, then getting into action steps, building that plan of action, establishing the green light with the parent, then moving on. And remember, when it's parent to child, it's self-paced, and that's the beauty of it. That's why we always encourage the parent to have that manual in hand, so at any point they can review and recite any of this. And if the student forgets, they can open it back up, and the parent to the child, they can learn. Instructors, organizations, and teachers. So as a teacher, an organization, or an instructor teaching to children and other parents, that's another format. And right here, we actually build you a syllabus, block out 1 to 2 hours per week to cover all the material until complete. Our owners around the world have different schedules. Some teach 1 day a week on a Saturday because that's all they do is self-defense instruction, and they don't own a martial art or fitness center. Some teach every single day of the week. So since you have a different schedule, this curriculum, you can mold it and it's flexible so it will fit your time slots. So whatever the market demands, if you have a great following of kids, so let's say you got 85 kids in your martial art program, and then you introduce the Bully Action Plan as a 1-day camp on Saturday, or if you want to spread it out into over 5 weeks on every Tuesday and Thursday from 5 to 6. It's the same curriculum, you're just going to chop it up as necessary for your facility and your business. So we go over it, you introduce it, discuss with the group. And when we say discuss with the group, you're going to discuss the different chapters. All right, we're going to go over proactivity, page 25. Let's talk about establishing a green light and asking for a one-on-one with our parent. So you'll talk out loud, and then as you describe it, you re-ask the question. So once again, what is a one-on-one, guys? Oh, well, it's when you ask for a one-on-one with your parent where you can tell them anything and you're not going to get in trouble for it. So it's an open group discussion. It goes all the way down to role-playing. Role-playing is critical. If you want to see what will really happen to a child, even an adult, do our assertive confrontation role-playing. Basically, it's our drill where you stand right in front of each other, right at arm's distance. There's no contact whatsoever, and you're going to pick an age bracket, gender, and a situation. We have a 14-year-old and we have a 9-year-old. We have a male and we have a female, and this situation is about friending someone on Facebook. Hey, I friended you on Facebook. I'm on social media. You should be on there too. And ready, begin. And we want to see how the conflict builds, how our body language is, how we adjust it to the situation. That's really important. Role-playing is critical because we establish the scenario before it ever really happens in the real world. Going over physical techniques. So this one you can actually go all the way through proactive strategies, action steps, all the way to physical techniques, and then testing. Give the written tests that you are emailed in your Bully Action Plan starter kit. Your e-files have this document that I'm reading from off the desktop over here, all the way down to the testing. And all the students will take the test and you'll grade it out loud. Grading it out loud allows everyone to be on the same page. Instead of this student feeling like, well, they didn't get it correct, they must have done something wrong. They're going to get stuff wrong. But we want to go over question 1. All right, the answer is, anyone know the answer? Yes, no. And once you get that right answer, we yell out the right answer. All right, guys, if you got it wrong, make sure you correct it on your test right now. And the test goes over the actual different phases, the proactive steps, action steps, and then it gets into real-life scenarios. This is fun to do out in the open, and you can break up the testing. Let's say you have a 6-week academy. You can do the first phase of testing after the second week, the second phase of testing after week 4. If you're running it 6 weeks at a time, you can do the last phase of testing on week 6, and they should graduate and get their certificate that they graduated the Cobra Bully Action Plan. So you can take it and expand it, contract it, compress it, however it fits your facility and your business needs. So then we go into teaching in the 1-day format. 3-hour seminar, and it goes over 1, 2, 3, 4, introduce the reality of bullying, social media, internet safety, all the way to the ABCs of gun awareness. And go to your executive coaching videos, and we go over the ABCs of gun awareness, and it's in your Bully Action Plan main manual. And then at the end, all your key points. Read and reread that, guys. As instructors, we're changing the game on bullying. This program has been put into schools around the United States. It's been tested in not just the U.S., but it's outside the U.S. Why? Because it works. It's actually a plan. It's not just a catchy phrase, bully proof, bully buster, or anything like that. It literally gives the parents an action plan. It gives the teachers an action plan, and we treat bullying like it should be treated, like a crime. You know, when your 16-year-old gets smacked in the face, you know, nowadays it's everyone's in trouble, zero tolerance, go rub some dirt on it. I always got in fights, and when I was growing up, it's not a big deal. But when they turn 18, now it's a battery. It's actually a crime. So we're not going to differentiate. We're going to show you how to get law enforcement involved appropriately, how to stay away from the other family members and never have to contact them. You know, all those action steps after bullying. So we eliminate that, what we call that category 5, you know, or that 5-alarm fire. We describe the onset of bullying like a small fire that starts in your home. You wouldn't ignore that, would you? You're just sitting in your living room and you see a small fire over there by the TV. It's going to put itself out. No, it won't. It's going to consume the entire building. So that's why we have immediate and you know, assertive action plan. We want to get it done. We want to eliminate this. We don't want this to go on any further. So this is how to teach the bully action plan. It's very simple, guys. Make sure you pull this up. Go over all of your steps. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We give you the syllabus. We give you examples, and then we at the end, we summarize everything that you need to know. And at the end of the day, you can always call our corporate headquarters, and we will take care of you and answer any questions. Thank you, guys.